Every founder hits that moment where a brilliant, world-changing vision slams right into the brutal reality of an empty bank account. Today, we're going to tear apart one of those moments. This is a raw look at how one founder stared down a cash crisis to save a massive idea. Let's get right into it. And it all starts right here with these three words, a founder's honest admission to his team that perfectly captures the chaos at the beginning of this journey. This is a story about finding clarity when everything just feels confusing. So yeah, our story kicks off in a place of pure, unfiltered chaos. Because let's be real, the most transformative ideas, they hardly ever start on some neat, clean whiteboard. More often than not, they're born from a messy, confusing late night. So how did this whole thing even start? Well, check this out. It's the perfect storm of inspiration. It's New Year's Eve. The founder's watching a heavy-duty podcast on AI Transformers. Then he falls asleep to the actual Transformers movie, and then wakes up to his kids playing Grand Theft Auto. And right there, in that jumbled, half-awake state, bam, the Grand Theft robot vision is born. And that spark leads to this absolutely massive question. Imagine this. A self-driving car, maybe with an AI robot like Optimus sitting inside, goes and commits a crime. Who's responsible? The owner? The car company? The AI researcher who wrote the code? Nobody knows. And that legal, philosophical confusion, well, that's the whole point. But here's the kicker. When he tries to trademark the name Grand Theft Robot, he hits a brick wall. The legal system literally comes back and says there's a likelihood of confusion with the video game. So his big idea about philosophical confusion runs headfirst into a real-world legal definition of confusion. You can't make this stuff up. The irony is just perfect. And this is where the high-minded vision collides with cold, hard reality. A year goes by, and a massive credit card bill triggers what we're calling the domain renewal crisis. This forces an emergency meeting with his team, the AI Mama Protocol. So a year has passed. That initial spark of excitement has cooled down, and now is just the reality of trying to build something with zero funding. The founder bought a whole portfolio of domains to protect his brands, and now the bill is due. A staggering $2,450 in renewal fees, all hitting at once. Ouch. This brings us to the critical question the founder throws at his team. With this huge bill about to drop, how do you save your vision for the future? How do you stop your core digital assets from just expiring? The answer, hatched in that very team meeting, starts with being absolutely ruthless. This part is all about triage. Just like in an emergency room, they had to decide what to keep, what to sell, and what to just let go of to stop the bleeding. And this framework they came up with is just brilliant. It's a 4-tier system. Tier 1, you've got the crown jewels, things like AI Mama Protocol itself or their IA.XYZ initiative. These are non-negotiable, you keep them. Tier 2 is the strategic pivot, Guardian Transfer Robot. That's the clean product brand that won't get them sued. You keep it, but maybe move it to a cheaper registrar. Tier 3, liquid assets, generic.ai domains you can sell for quick cash. And finally, Tier 4, the deadweight, all those Grand Theft robot variations. Too risky, too expensive, you just drop them. Okay, so triage stops you from losing more money, but it doesn't bring any new cash in the door. So also coming out of that same strategy session, we get the 72-hour cash plan, a real path to solvency. This slide right here perfectly captures the power of a simple rebrand. I mean, it's genius. The founder's first idea was a tip jar on his website. But that sounds small, right? Like you're asking for spare change. The team's pivot? The Founding Node Initiative. All of a sudden, it's not a donation, it's an investment in the future. And here's why that works so beautifully. You're not asking for charity anymore. You're offering status. You frame it as securing the genesis block of this new ethical AI network. It connects to the grand vision, uses crypto wallets so it feels super tech-forward, and, most importantly, it turns people who are just passive supporters into active stakeholders. So, with the financial crisis handled, we get to the final and, honestly, the most profound insight of this whole story. The title here says it all. Confusion is the franchise. This is the moment the founder figures out how to turn his biggest obstacle into his greatest asset. And this quote just nails it. The fact that the legal system cannot distinguish between a crime committed by a human, a robot, or a line of code is the entire plot. The very problem that got his trademark application blocked, that's not a problem anymore. It's the central theme of his entire project. This slide shows you the whole transformation, step by step. First, the trademark gets blocked. Second, that legal headache inspires him to write a series of sci-fi books about that exact problem. Third, those books and that whole story become the marketing for his clean product brand, Guardian Transfer Robot. And just like that, the thing that almost sank him becomes the project's unique story, its entire franchise.
And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. What if your biggest obstacle, that one thing that's causing you the most confusion and frustration, is actually your greatest asset, just waiting for you to look at it in a new way?